Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 209 of Factorio with the C-Block mod, where we have gotten one step closer to getting all of our crystal production done. We are just working on hydrochloric acid, and we are basically just designing that in here in our editor, because that just makes everything so much simpler. And I guess these belts should really be underground belts, right? So let's do that. And I guess we should also actually have underground belts in between here. So something like that to begin with. And I guess we need the same thing here, but we can just grab that, remove all of this, and put this here. And we'll see how we connect these later. And then I guess I don't want that anymore. So let's get rid of it. Let's also just get rid of the flashing lights by doing that. And now it actually runs. Well, that's just a bonus of this. We can see it running, I guess. Well, at least when we have whatever we need, which is water in this case. So we're making a bunch of gases. We need to be able to burn extra hydrogen. So we should get overflow valves for that. That's in here. And we need at least 3, so I'm probably just gonna go with 4. And how are we going to do that? I always have trouble with this, because we can't just have a belt or a pipe going across here. We could do it here, I guess. Let's just try this. It just allows us to put 2 on each side, I guess. Then well, maybe we want to connect that. Sure thing. But we need overflow valves going into this. Good. And these can continue where we want them. Yep. Good. So that part is done as well. Then we need to mix all of this. And we just need to keep in mind that we still need to get more saline water in here. So let's just mark that here. Unless we should just do this part now. Then we need to bring this past the next step instead. So if we bring saline water from the right to the left, or if we bring purified water from the left to the right, it doesn't really matter. So let's just keep doing what we are currently doing. So working on the actual gas. Oh wait, is it actually all of our... No, some of it goes... Okay, some of it goes into this. And that is just... That's weird. Hydrogen chloride is just mixed with water for hydrochloric acid. Well, I guess you're making a fluid out of a gas. So you somehow mix those. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's just build stupid stuff. So we're probably gonna build it out here. Hydrogen chloride. And we will keep these in the same order. And this will just have to go like that instead. Good. So we get 1 gas out of that. That's pretty easy to handle. This, maybe we should actually take care of this first, so we don't have to bring this build a lot further. How about that? We'll just reserve this space. Yes, good. So we need to liquefy this stuff, and that is done, well, in a liquefier, and that's it, right? We need purified water. Are we actually making that purified water here? No. So we need 225 extra. One of these makes 150 per second. So we need 2 more. So we need 8 of these. Let's try and remember that. That also means we're producing more saline water than we need. Can we just add a use for this here and actually have it used? I think we took out the liquefying of this stuff because it didn't want to do it, and it doesn't. So, can we say that we want some of this out somehow? I just want to make sure that we... Well, actually, don't we have to make clarification of this stuff anyway? $180 on 2070. That's 2150, 2250. That's actually the exact amounts that we need. So we wouldn't have to do anything if we didn't need the extra purified water for this. But if we make 2 more of these, we get 60 extra of this. But that's way less than one of these make, right? Because these make 80 per second, yes. So we need to add clarifiers for this in an overflow, or through an overflow valve. Okay. Let's try to remember that. Now I'm just getting confused. Why didn't I want to do the hydro plants here? Need this further to the right. We would also need the extra saline water further to the right. Same as this. But then we would have to go past this, of course. But that's no problem. There's so much space in this setup. I think we are just going to do hydro plants here. I think we're also just going to do our clarifiers here. Because then we have burning and clarifiers in the same area. So this is just our get rid of the extras area. Oh, and these, of course, have to be overflow valved. And then we will probably find out that we don't have enough space for these to fit in the same footprint. Again, at least not if we put them directly across from each other. Well, still, because this is going to be 2 more tiles. And then we're going to move it out even 1 more tile for extra pipes. So we have a lot more space back here we can use, but we don't really need it for anything anyway. That's okay. We will just do this. This. These can go in there. These will just underground. And I guess we will still underground these just for the looks. We know we need this. And we needed at least 8 of these, even though it's 6, because we need the extra saline water. No, purified water for this. And I still don't want to build that past our liquefier, so we should really get that in between here. If we can. How much space do we need for that? 4 of those, 2 of those. That doesn't look sound too bad. We need liquefiers. So we can actually do this wherever we want. We have a lot of space anyway. So I guess we will want something like this. We can move them if we want to, but this gives us the most space. We can build all the way to out here if we want to. This will just take up the same footprint and go no further than this anyway. So we can get this in like that. And that should work, except for the problem of the output. So you will belong, you will belong, you will do this. Oh, but we need purified water in here. I need to get that in, and I need to not spend the extra space. Let's just try and go as small as possible here then. So we can just take it like this instead. And get the purified water in from here. We should be able to mirror all of this, right? Even with this. Yep. So something like that. Why don't we just go under here as well? That's a max distance, yes. Good. And I think that should work. We will consume all of this, that's fine. We will only consume what we need of this, that's fine. Good. So we need to bring power on if we want to see everything work. These can move closer for all I care. At least to here. Sure, that's good enough. Good, so we're getting rid of that. Still, oh wait. Now this has to go past everything. So I don't want this here. I want that way back somewhere. And can we get this past everything? Maybe. If we're lucky. Aww. So this stuff is actually in the way now. But if we moved just this part out to here. We can have this space for actually getting through. On both sides, that's fine. This needs to move. Put that there, I guess. Let's just follow that plan up here. And redo power. Good. And then we need to do something about this as well. We don't have more space out here. Yes, we do, maybe. That is the middle, so we could... We can't really do this because then we're blocking this input. But I guess we could do this instead. We will use a little bit more space on this, that's fine. I think that fits still in the same footprint. It's just not as, well, orderly or pretty or anything. That's fine. Can we also get this past everything? Yes, we have extra space here. Good. But we have those outputs there. Good to know. And we want to actually handle those now. So let's do that. Then we get one liquid out that we need to bring past these. Is that what we actually want? Unless we just do both of these steps here. Close. I guess we can do that. Let's try at least. Also, we don't really need these to be in here. If we moved those out here, we could probably fit both steps of the chemical plants in here somehow. Something like that. And we can make that a little bit smaller. Or move it down. Okay, I think we're just gonna change this back a little bit. Because why don't we just utilize all the space we have available here? So this goes out there, this goes here. This can move back to here. So yeah, something like that should work, I think. And then this can go back where it was. And can go in the pretty place. Good. I guess we would actually have this here at this point. No, that might not work on the top side. Or maybe it would. Of course it would. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Something like that. And we will keep the fluids on the same, as equally far out, I guess. Did we not have any problems with this? I guess not, but we'll just put this here. Good. These are 1-to-1. I hadn't actually checked that, but that's good, because then we can just do all of this without wasting machines. Oh, and there's no solids in all of this, right? No. So this should just work. We will have fluids coming out here. And we need to remember this is our actual output of all this. So maybe we actually want that to move backwards past all of this. But I have also been talking about just rotating all of this, because this doesn't really need to be at this end, so if we rotated everything, that would probably be better. So we need it out to the right, let's say that. That's just the opposite of what we want here. We will rotate it for this place so we can get it out this way, through these pipes. Good. So we continue. In here will still be this. Just as a note, I don't want to run it right now though. And again, you're not supposed to be that good. So this should be draggable pretty much. How many is that? 20? We need 2 more. Let's just take this. Oh, and this needs to come in from that side. Let's see what we do with this. That's actually no, that's actually not annoying to get past this, because we can easily just have undergrounds without normal pipe in here. And then mix it at the end. But we could also move these out to the side, since they don't really need to align with this. Except that I guess it does. It would just be nice to actually... Why didn't I connect this? I always like having the output of a system in the middle, if possible. And I think that's enough to just make me do this. We'll redo these. And we'll put this in the middle. Let's start from the other end, because we paired them up from down here. So that's our output. Then we'll just fix these. So they come in and go under all of this. Purified water goes in here. That might be a waste of underground pipe, but let's just do it. This feels almost lucky that it works in both locations. Oh well. Let's just be happy about it. You can just go here, I guess. And this goes under here. Let's just do this. Those both reach. Good. And we can just mix those up here. Except that's a little bit early. So that'll go through here so I can go in there. Yes, good. This is actually quite a lot longer than I would have thought. Let's just take a look out here. So yeah, that's not really what I want over here. So I guess we are building it up here instead, like with the last thing we did. This is just better for longer things. Yeah, sounds good. That also means that we're actually building in the direction that we want it to be here, so that's nice. I have not updated this. We're basically done with this, right? We have clarifiers for it at this end. Yes. Should we put a top-up valve here? Because these are just running even if we need it, or if we don't need it. So I think that would just be a good improvement. Oops. So that'll back up, good. So now we're only clarifying it if we actually don't need it, instead of just producing it to clarify it. Good. These also done. So this is actually it, unless I forgot something, which I'm sure I did. How does that all look? There's of course a lot of wasted space here, but that's fine. This, I think, should just work. I have a hotkey conflict, I guess, because FNA reacts to the same hotkey that I have the switch to the editor on, which is just Control-E by default. There will be problems with pipes here, so let's move it up one tile. And this, at the chemical plants, this is the widest part, so this is fine. Should be fine at least. Let's actually not do this just yet, because I think we should be able to test it, but, well, I guess we already have. There's some smart testing tools here. Is the one that actually just consumes stuff? It seems like it. Seems to actually be removing it. Okay. Since we are not backing up here. And we have the correct amount of these, right? 22, yes. Should have enough flare stacks. We should have enough of these, I think. 2 more of these made 60 more. That's plenty with 2 of those then. And this is taken care of. Yep. And these just run when they should. So I guess we are all good. Okay. Then let's try this one more time. And we are probably going to miss some chemical plants now, but we'll just go grab them. Now, I keep skipping robot coverage for all of this. But this is not really something we're going to duplicate a lot, I don't think. So, whenever that's true, I seem to be okay with just putting some roboports in to actually bridge these builds. I guess we can just cover a little bit extra here. Because, yeah, there's no coverage on this end anyway. Let's do something like this then. That covers most of it for building. When this gets powered, it will cover the rest. And then there's a little bit at this end. Let's do something like that, just to get it all connected. Good. Rows coming. We probably need more groundwater bores and chemical plants, but we'll see. So, this produces hydrochloric acid that we can put in here. Am I out of pipe? Yes, of course. Those poor robots coming for nothing here. Okay, and we just need it in here. Not in there, in there. We still need those things, so they are not available in the system, I don't think. Okay. I guess we will go and grab the needed stuff before we start working on nitric stuff. Unless we want to handle the chloric wastewater. Could just clarify that. This produces the needed hydrochloric acid out of electricity, so there's no real reason to try and be conservative with the wastewater for it. But maybe we should just look into it short or briefly. If there's something else that we get out of it, maybe it's necessary. So, wastewater stuff for chloric wastewater. We get salt out of it. No. Yes, we do. And saline water and purified water. Salt can be made into saline water, of course, or into chlorine and sodium, or into hydrochloric acid and sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate, glass, sodium again, or stuff. So, in my opinion, at the moment at least, not very useful. Do we have a robot coming with this or what? It doesn't say we're missing it. And we should... Oh, we're not powered yet. Have we just not bridged the power connection? I guess not. Really like having these in the middle of everything, but oh well. So robots coming, hopefully in a little bit. There we go. That might also fix other things, but I'm not sure. Did we have enough to actually get things working? We are lacking this stuff. Lots of water because these are not connected. On this side we do have purified water, but we do not have any chemical plants. But this actually produces stuff. Good. And that was needed for the white stuff. Whatever it's called. Crotinium, of course. Here. And we're actually producing, so that's great. Then it's just the nitric stuff for these. But let's go grab a bunch of stuff. Do we want to give ourselves some more space? We are getting close to actually having our crystals, which should mean that we are getting close to begin work on the next science, I think. But dang if I know. So we have purple, right? Or am I wrong? Is it only blue? Blue looks like the last thing we did. Okay. So we have researched 3 new science types that we haven't started doing yet. Blue and military, I mean, we have as the last ones. We should just look at this in here. I don't know what we would rather do first. Maybe we should actually look at the researches and see what is useful. I think robot move speed would be awesome. This would also be awesome. So that's burns out QL bioprocessor. That gives us a couple of things that seem useful. Actually, it gives us a lot of things. But it does not give us faster robots. Too bad. Faster robots would require the other purple stuff, or pink even. Commercial AI implementation. Well, maybe I shouldn't look at this yet, because I'm just getting distracted. Let's make sure we have all of the crystals for all of our resources first, and then we can get distracted afterwards. So chemical plants and groundwater bores. Coal, ground first. Okay. Good. Anything else we should bring while we're here? That's obvious. We have plenty of belt and at least red underground belt. Since we've started using... maybe not. I'm not gonna bring more yellow underground. For the new builds I have been using red underground anyway. Where needed. Or where we could, so same here. I am trying to switch to that, at least until we need to build a bunch more chunks or crystals or basic stuff. But that might just be a good argument to bring more yellow underground, because, well, I don't want to go grab it then. So yellow underground, maybe more power poles, though I don't think we will really use 1,000 that fast. I don't see electrolyzers, so they're probably just further down the line. But I don't know if we actually need them. I think we had a lot at some point, but we might have used most. So 4 in there. To me it actually looks like those have been used up, because I don't think I ever put any up here. Could very well be wrong, of course. Nope. Okay, let's just bring those as well then. Tier 1, 2, all of them, sure. And what was the other thing I said? Underground belt. Let's just see if we have more of the things we already took, like groundwater bores and chemical plants. And then we're just gonna fill up with underground build, I guess. Unless we stopped storing large amounts of it. Also, we have extra of these. How come I cannot count to 1,000 iron gear wheels? I guess I just didn't do a good job of that. I only took 1,000, we needed 2,000, sure. That sounds like a good explanation. Good. I'm happy with that haul. I think we'll just run through this with the nanobots. Good. How far away are the chests? Right here. And we really have no space there anymore. Have all of those. Okay, and I was talking about clarifying this wastewater. Chloric wastewater. It would have been nice if we had the possibility of that included in this. But we didn't, I don't think. Potentially could though. That would still be difficult to get in. Whatever. We are just making a small area for that. Which could just be over here, I guess. Because we have the space. How much are we making though? Nobody knows. Is 15 right? Aren't we doing more than that? No. So when we want to make more crystals, that should be all good, because it's just the fluid we need to connect, and then we can make more crystal belts if we want to. Okay. We could also move all of this out further, but I think I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Good. So again, we are just gonna build clarifiers here for different stuff. And I'm just gonna move it in here because we don't need a lot of space. I said 375. No, this is very easily expandable, so we can start with this. And this goes in there and is clarified. Good. Yes, we should just go grab those, since we probably have some right here, hopefully. Or maybe not. So, next thing is not this, not that, but nitric acid. Why do we have junk chests here? I am just gonna try to minimize the amount of chests here. That's a start. Do we want it here? Let's just start from the bottom, I guess. Actually, I want to keep a few more of those. That's robot stuff. This is also mainly robot stuff. Let's just bring it. I don't want to carry those around. I don't think we actually need them anymore. Okay. Then we have a bunch of junk. This is not considered junk for whatever reason. Good. And then I said that we needed more clarifiers. We do have 60. We have 38 up here. So I must have been blind while looking at the other chests. Oh well, we have them now. And we're not producing anything anymore, that's fine. Good. So next step is to make nitric acid. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.